Good morning. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's having a great morning and a great trading session so far. We are in some medium impact news right now. So I'm just waiting on 9:02 and then I will start trading again. How does that get drawn like that? Today is probably going to be a day with not as many trades because it's Friday. We're pushing new trends or new highs because it's such a trendy day. And I don't really feel like I have enough data to be able to trade at least the pullbacks. Still don't really know if I want to trade the counter trend divergence off of the new highs and lows. I'm not really sure yet. I don't think I have any example on Fridays in my data so far. So yeah, it's probably a no. It's probably a no. So really, I just kind of have to trade the kind of like when we're down below the new highs or whatever. So we'll see. We will see. I only took one trade this morning. It won. Actually should have been a loss. I got filled into the bar. But it won faster than I could break even on it. And I had another trade that I attempted to get into and it took off with no fill. So actually, I think it's just because there was only like 6 volume in this particular candle or whatever, my entry candle, because it did go down, what, 2 ticks below where my entry was. My data lag at the time was 0.04 seconds, and the time between the candles was like almost 0.2 seconds. So I think it was just a lack of volume there to fill me. Good morning, Janelle. Good morning, Amelia. Oh, Janelle, I forgot to tell you yesterday, my tax guy did get back to me and he said that I was right. Because you are trading under a single member LLC, you'll be taxed no different than your personal account. Literally forgot to tell you that yesterday. Damn. Now it has me like, am I okay to trade off the new highs and lows or what? That was a perfect setup. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm still not gonna trade it. It would have lost the first one this morning. However, at the same time, I think that well, that was fast. Ooh, ooh, cancel. All right, I wasn't filled on my PA. Wait, let me go into Rhythmic real quick just to make sure I canceled the orders, and I did. I wasn't filled on the PA. Thank God I have my orders tab open. But yeah, I'm surprised I was filled. It only had 1 tick of drawdown. But anyway, so yeah, the trade off of the high right there looked like this. I would have gotten filled. The very first one that happened today though, I would have lost, like I would have gotten stopped out by a few ticks, but you guys know I start trading at 8:35. This was the very first reversal after 8:35. Um, so it could just be that because back in the day, I used to wait until there were two full swings until I would start trading. Um, so it might be that like I just can't take the very first swing after 8:35. It does not happen often. Most of my trades start like probably around like 8:36, 8:40, so I don't really have to worry about that, but that trade was exactly like right into 8:35. So that could be the reason for that one losing. But like I said, I don't when I looked at the last time I looked at the counter trend divergence off of the new highs and lows, when I last looked earlier today, I don't think I had any examples on Fridays. So that's why I'm just gonna play it safe and not trade them today, but I'll make sure that I journal them when I journal and just kind of see because that probably was the issue of the first one. So that would have been like back-to-back wins. Too bad I wasn't filled on my PA. Was in Nutty's loud again. You good. Good morning, Amelia. How are you this morning? Amelia. Applejacks. Good morning, Applejacks. I already said good morning to Amelia. Good morning. How are you? How's you guys' trading this morning? All right. So my Tradeovate account is almost back to where I started the week at. Then the PA is about maybe $12 off. Nothing too crazy. I did go in and I changed my settings here. Okay. So on the PA, I have a daily goal. Instead of it being 200 something dollars, I have it at 450. I still have the loss at 200. So I'm kind of putting the Top Step account on the back burner because the goal is to try to get to a payout on the PA between the 1st and the 5th. So what I did was I just took that like I have to get to at least 1600 and I just took 30% of that and that'll be my max. If I do what I'm supposed to do and the market's not extremely choppy, I should be able to reach that by the 5th of next month. So we'll keep it cute. Also, I did decide that I am going to at some point start doubling contracts on the 50K accounts. Essentially, I'm going to risk 10% of my available drawdown on each trade. Okay. I wouldn't have done that if the buffer thing didn't become a thing, but with you needing to make so much that first time, that's just what I feel most comfortable doing, especially because by the time, the Top Step combine is passed and this Tradeovate account is passed, I would have been trading this particular strategy for probably a month at that time. And I don't feel like I need as much data as I did before. So, yeah, I feel comfortable risking a tenth of the account with every trade. On a regular, like on a personal account, I would only risk about 5%, somewhere between 3 and 5%. But in these prop accounts, I'm cool with 10%. I would basically have to lose 10 trades in a row in order to, lose the account. And I feel like based on the data that I have, when I count all the trades, not just the trades that I take, which is why it's so important for me to take every trade, I should never have an issue with failing an account or anything like that. So it's literally all on me. At this point, it's not going to be the strategy, it's going to be me, period. So I was able to get out of red yesterday. Ooh, nice. Are you trying to trade Amelia and you just haven't had setups yet? Spoke with a very nice Amelia, a wealth advisor at Fidelity. Heck no, I don't deal with people. I swear. Listen, people will drain you, okay? Completely drain you. But yeah, so that's going to be the plan for those accounts, double contracts. Um, Essentially, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up in the number of contracts with every $1,000 that I'm in profit on the account, or every $1,000 worth of drawdown that I have, basically. And that's how we're going to do that. Make it easy. Because I think when I looked, it was like $940 and then like maybe $1,900, $2,800. It was kind of like weird in between numbers. So to keep it easy, every $1,000. And I'll just make it like that. That way it's easy for me to know, like, I don't have to go to a little table or nothing like that. And what I'll do is I don't like changing contract size in the middle of a session. So even if I have a hot streak one particular day and I go to the next threshold of increase in the number of contracts, I'm not going to do that. I rather do that on the following day. So that's going to be the plans. We got a double bottom start. Also, the trade that I took earlier, the first one that won, was actually supposed to be a loss. It only went up 16 ticks, actually 15. I'm actually going to look tonight at the trades that have this double bottom, double top in the middle, like the second swing, or I guess that would be, yeah, because we do first, second, third swing. I'm gonna look at that because I'm pretty sure that's the only reason why we have this issue right here. It's either if I can't find a specific pattern that causes the losses, then all I'm going to do is just go back to my old break even of 15 ticks. And I just have to not be irritated if it gets hit and goes in my direction. So we'll see. I did spend quite a bit of time yesterday going through all of the trades that happen on the change zones, because I told y'all when we have a super choppy day like yesterday and we're trading, like my entry bar is on the change zone, it drives me insane because I felt like I didn't have what I needed to confidently take the trades. I feel like I do now, but we'll see. We will see. So I had a lot of data. Like there was probably, it was one full page and then like half the next page. But obviously that was for all of my different setups. But I still feel like I had enough data for each setup to be able to like, we got this. And the good thing is, the way that I trade off the zone shouldn't change based on the setup for the most part. It's just a couple of them. Like if it's divergence, a huge divergence pullback to the zone, I can't take it. But if it's like regular pullbacks, I can, and counter trend divergence, I can. So it should be pretty easy for me to remember. I do have like a little box at the bottom of my cheat sheet that specifically has like zone rotation or zone touch, so that I can see like, all right, if it rotates this way, we're good. If it does this, don't take it, kind of thing. So there's like kind of 5 different ways it can play off of the change zone. So yeah. What are we supposed to do with all this today? I can't find a place to get long. Tori Kelly concert tonight. I'm going to the Usher concert tomorrow, and I totally forgot until I think my aunt or my mom reminded me last week, and I was like, I agreed to go to an Usher concert. Are y'all sure? I legit don't remember because I actually don't really go to concerts. I think I told y'all like before last year, or was it earlier this year? No, I think it was last year. Before last year, I had only been to 2 concerts, and both of them was the B2K concert, the one we were younger, and the one, the reunion or whatever. And then I went to the Coco Jones concert last year, I think it was. Or no, it had to have been this year. I feel like it was this year sometime. I just remember I think it was earlier this year. Those are the only 3 concerts I've been to. I don't, not to say I'm not an Usher, I'm not really an Usher fan. So I genuinely don't remember agreeing to go, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I think it's tomorrow if I'm not mistaken. So that should be fun, hopefully. But like I said, I'm not a fan of his. Like I can't really tell you the last time I listened to an Usher song. But you know, what ifs. I'm leaving the house exactly. I wasn't supposed to be. I don't remember. Now where's our ticket? And you have around 100 ticks at the open. Yeah, it did a nice little run. Like legit, this is so typical for Fridays, but most other days is not like this at all. But yeah, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 5-minute candles shooting straight up. Not where's my rent? Oop. Oh goodness. Well, that's an interesting exchange. Rent for a ticket. Oh my goodness. Oh man, did y'all see? Hold on, let me open up my Discord. There is open up. Pretty sure I posted it in Cayenne and Kage's Discord, but there was a guy who shared his stats. Hold on, let me save the picture. Trading for FTT, and his payment was denied. I don't know. He used the word denied, not canceled. So I'm not sure. It's going to be hard to see, but you guys can at least see all the greens. Okay. He had all green days, and that's 3 different months. Okay. That's August, September. It was about a week and a day in August, all of September, and October. So it looks like he has the 150K account, which means that the new minimum that you have to make to consider it a trading day is $375. It doesn't even look like he flipped at any point. No, the least amount that I see is 75. So he has a 75, a 77 and a half, a 95, but he took like 7 trades on those days. So that's like he was probably down and ended up, hey, I'm stopping here, I'm back green kind of thing. But most of his days were at least $200 for the most part, $200 and $300. And if I'm not mistaken, I forget I don't feel like counting right now, but one of the guys like counted how many non-qualifying days that he has now, and it might have been like, I don't know, maybe 12, maybe something like that total in all of those trading days. And that shit right there just no. And we were kind of discussing, because I don't like how people are going into, Cayenne and Kage's Discord saying, oh, people are tripping about FTT. It's not that big of a deal. Y'all are tripping. You can't really tell people that when their money is involved. People worked hard for their money. Even if they made all of the damn money on one day and flipped the other 9 days, they worked hard to get to that point on day one, doing something that they were allowed to do. So it's kind of frustrating to me to see people downplay people's frustration when it comes to money that they are owed. Okay. It just does. It's very irritating. And then they were trying to compare it to, one of the guys was trying to compare it to the probationary status that like popped up out of nowhere. And I let him know, like, almost every mod in this Discord spoke up about that. And I even posted the picture of what I said to in the Apex Discord with staff in there, as well as admins, and I had no problem speaking up about that, right? Um, because at the end of the day, I didn't like how things were done either. All right. And that's not discounting what Apex did. I'm not discounting that whatsoever. It was not right. Can I say that I think that they maliciously did it? A part of me still believes so, absolutely. But let's also look at Apex's history. They suck at communicating. You make a 30-minute video with 3 million words on PowerPoints with something that you can easily say in 5 minutes. Okay? They just suck at communicating. This has always been a problem. Now, I'm not going to lie. What I honestly think happened when it came to initiating the probation is I think that when they initiated that probation, it was supposed to probably automatically send out emails, because what happens when you have certain systems, right? So like, let's say for instance, my credit repair system that I used to use, I had automation set up to where when I tag someone with something, it's supposed to automatically send them, whatever automation that is attached to that particular tag. And I would think and hope that Apex has something pretty similar. All right. So more than likely, it was just, hey, we're supposed to, like, let's throw this on here and we're supposed to send out the emails. It could have been missed. Who knows? I just think those people suck and they need someone in control or in charge of communication. Again, a part of me still feels like they did it on purpose, so I'm not taking that away from them. I am someone who could see both sides of it. But comparing that, even the enforcement of DCA, which was already a rule, to these people now canceling $10 million worth of payouts to people who followed the rules that were in place at the time, we're not going to do that. We're not. We're not. You can't. You can't. We're not. Good morning, Trenches. How are you this morning? You a little green? Yesterday didn't take out the previous day's high or low. Ooh, I didn't pay attention to that either. Methodical has gotten over 20K in profits this month. Ooh, I have to check back. He's always off by the time I get off. It's like we get off at the same time now. So when I'm journaling, I can't just listen to him in the background, which is what I normally like to do. I usually like to listen to him in the background. I'll have a couple of other people just open, and then like when I'm winding down for the day or I'm just bored, I'll just open up Alpine's streams. Yeah. Janelle's gonna block me and I'm gonna be like, yep, I deserve that. I'm weak. No, you don't deserve that. You do not. 398. I'm gonna feel pretty shitty if all of these counter trend moves off of the new highs work today because I'm not taking them. There's another one. All right, so and now y'all know how I am. I just missed 2 wins already from it. So now I'm going to be pissed if I take the next one and it loses. But like I said, it's really just because Applejacks don't stew in anger. It's just because I didn't have examples of it before today. And the very first one of the day lost. However, like I said earlier, I also think it was because it was the very first swing after 8:35 when I start to trade. So it's a little bit different because I think I just have to, after 8:35, let the first swing happen and then start trading. Because that was the loss there. That was a win. That wasn't even a valid trade, but that was a win right there. And then where was the other one? It was not, it was this one. Now the question is, do I start taking then? Don't know. I mean, literally perfect setups. I was gonna try to get into the buy right there, but we rejected. Let me make sure. Oh yeah, that absolutely would have been a fill. With about 5 ticks of drawdown. I don't know. No, don't turn into soup. Janelle, don't encourage her. She better not be turning into soup. Waiting to get an approval from Elite. Oh, nice. Nice. When did you request? And how usually what's their like request to approval time? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take the trades off the new highs and lows. And that's something that'll be easy for me to just go back to every Friday and see. But I'm pretty sure the problem was just the first one being the first swing after 8:35. Because even like with news, that's what I used to do was after news, I would wait for 2 full swings to paint and then I would start trading. I don't feel like I need to do that after news though, but double bottom using the bottom of the change zone there to push up off of. Oh yeah, that makes sense because I don't take that trade anymore. It's chicken noodle soup. Good morning, Seaway. How are you? Ma'am, not chicken noodle. Speaking of soup, y'all, I had some shrimp and lobster bisque from Longhorn over the weekend. It was so good. I don't know. I love bisques and chowders and stuff. I just try not to eat them that much, especially if someone else makes it, because usually it has a lot of salt in it and a lot of dairy. But it was so good. It was worth it. It was so worth it. It was so good. Requested payment on Wednesday. I usually get a response in 48 hours, so you should probably get a response today then. A veggie Spanish soup last week. That sounds good. What did you put in it? Another 500 in profits on my PAs and top step. Quest 2K. Nice, nice. Janelle is, listen, doing the do. It's all cream and butter. Yeah, for the most part, Amelia. For the most part. That's usually, honestly, when I eat out probably twice a week, usually on not Thursdays, Fridays and Saturdays. And that's typically when most of my salt content for the week is consumed because I don't really cook with salts much at all. That's a little questionable. That rejects there. That's kind of a weird looking trade. I don't know about that. All right, it didn't. Now it's not valid. Good. I really want us to break 703. My middle trend is still a downtrend. It changed to a downtrend when we pushed down here, so I'm just kind of waiting for it to change back. I have kind of figured out how to trade when it's not matching. I think I've told y'all before, but when you download this particular indicator, it gives you two templates, one for the minor trend, which changes the color of the bars, and then one for the major trend, which gives you the bias color in the background. And for the most part, it seems like because they don't really give you the middle one, is something that I kind of made up. Because of that, there are times where the middle one needs to match, but it's not all the time. Do I have a no? So I haven't started taking trades yet when the middle doesn't match. However, I have been journaling it and the trades literally still work out the same. Whether it's the pullbacks, the counter trend divergence, I can trade it in between. So far, none of them have set up yet, but Longhorn was me and my dad's favorite restaurant. Really? Listen, any steak place for me. I remember back in the day, um, my donor used to take us to Applebee's when they used to have this one steak meal that came with like melted cheese on top with shrimp. Oh my gosh, me and my sister used to beg to go like every Friday because it was so good. Now I can't tell you the last time I even ate it in Applebee's, but that particular steak with that cheese and that shrimp on top. Yes. Now my favorite steak place, well, I like Outback, but if I'm going like a little bit more high end, I like this place here called J. Gilbert's. Oh my God, that steak melts in your mouth. Okay. It's great. It's great. But I think Most places that I've gotten ribeyes from, ribeyes are kind of like my favorite. I don't really like the other cuts of meat for the most part. Tomahawks are cool too, but for the most part, I just get a medium ribeye, and it's very hard to mess it up. If you mess up a medium ribeye, you just suck, and I shouldn't be eating at your restaurant. Lots of garlic, carrots, potato, green, Spanish smoked paprika. Ooh, that sounds good. And the micro cells go drop like a rock after this consolidation. Good morning. Good morning, Polyfutures. Where's your entry and where's your TP? And where's your stop? You had to freeze some for later. That's the best thing when you can make soups. My granny, she likes to freeze greens if she makes too much. I don't really like greens, so I don't, nothing for me. But I have frozen cabbage before. But most of the time, honestly, when I make certain foods, I only make enough for a couple of days anyway. So I don't really ever have the chance to freeze anything because it's gone in 3 days. You haven't been since your dad passed away? That's normal. Because it makes you start thinking about him. And even though it might make you smile, it might make you cry as well. Totally understand. Totally understand. 884. All right, the drop might be coming. Not yet. Okay, we lied. Maybe not yet. I'll back the blooming onion. Icky. I don't really like. I don't know what it is about like onion rings and like fried onions with coating, but see what? Same medium ribeye, and I'm eating carnivore. All meat right now to get shredded. How long? How long are you gonna do it from start to finish? I've been having a lot of so I watch a lot of eating challenges. I like watching Katina, what is her name? Katina Eats Kilos. Leah Schutz are like my two favorites. And because of how much I've watched of them, and then like certain people who make videos about different diets, I've seen a lot of people loving the carnivore diet. But there's one girl, I don't really like her content because she tries to blame a lot of stuff on stuff that really don't matter. Like she did carnivore for so long, and now that she stopped doing carnivore, she's like trying to blame all these different things on fruits and vegetables, and it's like, no, it's because you've done carnivore for so long that your body is trying to readjust. But I like watching videos where they talk about being on the carnivore diet, or OMAD, or what is it, 2MAD or whatever, which is the 1 meal a day or 2 meal a day. And I like when they come back after a certain period of time and like share their lab results and stuff like that, showing how, you know, certain inflammatory markers have gone down and just different things like that. I think it's so dope. See, now I didn't bring up food that you did not. You did not. See, Wade's colon hates him. You know what though, Apple Jacks, a lot of people on carnivores say that after they've been on it for a minute, like they don't, because of the oils, you know, that you use when you're cooking meat and just the natural fats of meat, that a lot of people don't have problems with like constipation or anything. I have seen that. I have seen that. Last year I did 6 months. I'm trying to go longer. 2 months. You 2 months in and you down 14 pounds. How many pounds are you trying to lose? At some point, I'm going to start keeping the old zones on the charts because price reacts at them so much. It's insane. But then I will get confused having them sit in there. So that's why I usually delete them. All right, we're trading back inside the zone again. And typically, if I'm inside the zone, I have to basically wait for us to pull back to the new change zone, or we have to trade off of this zone. So basically, inside the zone, I have to push off of one of the zones, basically. That's what it seems like. That's not right. I almost drew that the wrong way. 40 total. Butter me up and call me a biscuit. I'm about to ban you. Oh, speaking of bans, remember y'all we was talking about trolls the other day when we had a lot of new people in the chat, including Polly and John. Um, I had to ban y'all favorite troll the other day. Mr. Safety is no longer with us. He has not been in the chat, but he has been posting on my videos, okay? Now, I almost banned him one day when he said, say hello to the cat lady for me. And I know he was talking about Janelle. And I was in the middle of like writing him back and I had to do something for my grandma or something. So I just completely like forgot because I had to go driving around and stuff like that. I do remember him leaving this super long comment on one of my videos and I forgot what it had to do with. It was like super long and it had to do with prop firms and prop firms being scams and all this other stuff. But then I couldn't find it. It's probably in my hidden messages now. But the other day on one of my videos, I think it was one of the days where I might have lost like $170 or something. I don't remember. Like sometimes he would actually like, oh, good job today. You know, I had a decent day or I had a bad day and it came back green, you know, blah, blah, blah. My system did show this, but I was doing the opposite, blah, blah, blah. And so because he was just so hot and cold, I was like, you know, whatever. But he literally left a comment the other day talking about, oh, a scamming nurse. It all makes sense or something like that. All right, you're out of here. I don't have time no more. I don't. He's the probably the very first actual person that I've banned from my channel. Everyone else was like scammers, you know, leaving comments about Bitcoin and dumb shit like that. Actually, it might be one more person that I've banned, but like y'all know me. Freedom of speech. I don't really give a damn. I mean, think about the people when I first got onto YouTube and you guys first became part of the family. How, you know, I would have these people who came in telling me what to do and you need to do this and oh, well, obviously it's not working. Well, obviously, no shit, Sherlock. I'm developing something from scratch. And just because what you're doing works for you doesn't mean it'll work for everyone. I'm all for freedom of speech. I don't care if people are telling me they're going long, short, giving numbers. I don't care. You know, I don't. But once you get to the level of calling me a scammer, now you gotta go. Because what are we talking about here? Right? Especially because, like, even when it comes to Apex, you know, people might have an issue with influencers or whatever still promoting Apex because they feel like they have been done wrong by Apex. And again, from the beginning, have I not called out Apex for anything that they've done? I have. I have. So, because of that, and because me being so unbiased and clearly not shilling and clearly not just giving them complete excuses, I'm very transparent about my unbiased opinion. I'm not biased because I get affiliate commissions. Thank you for using my code. But I'm not biased because of that. Like I've showed y'all how I've spoken up for traders in the chat with Daryl and John and admins and staff. They literally, I've spoken up so much that they literally ignore me. Okay, Daryl and John don't come in there much, but they literally ignore what I say. But let one of the other mods who never complains about anything, doesn't speak up on behalf of this shit wasn't happening to me. I ain't even had payouts. I just started trading my PA again a month ago. Just started trading my PA a month and a half ago. So, you know, and I have to do certain things in spurts because I don't want to be seen as the angry black woman that's speaking up for people. Okay? So it's like he had to go. I don't got time. I don't. I just don't. But yeah. Oh, wait a minute. We might have a trade here. Oh, nope. Went too far. Yep, way too far. She said fruits are bad for you and she still eats all baked goods. I have no idea. Yeah. Janelle has cats. Yeah, he's a clown. He is. And I agree, Janelle. I don't think I've ever seen him troll any of the guys. Because I actually only knew who he was because I used to see him in either Nutty's channel or Alpine's, if I'm not mistaken. I just remember the name. I've never seen him do that to them. Never. Like, weird. Anyone heard of Tradeify? I'm looking to Polly. I've heard of Tradeify. I have not seen anyone complain about them yet. I do know that they just made some rule changes. I think it has to do with the buffer that you need, or like the safety net that you need in order to withdraw. I think he changed it to where it's like a 1-to-1. So, um, like on a 50K, like let's say you have to get to $3,000 profit to pass the account. I think now you have to get to 3,000 profit target in order to withdraw from the account on your not PA, because they don't do evals. Well, one, I think, don't they have two different plans? You could do straight to funded or regular. But either way, I think that that's what they changed, if I'm not mistaken. I don't keep up with their changes because I don't trade with them. But yeah, I haven't seen anyone complain about anything. Whatever changes that they made were super, like, not really a big deal. The only thing that I've ever heard, I will say, is that the owner, I know that he was caught up in like some crypto fraud before or something like that in the past. And I think it had to do with, like, you know how you have these influencers who will tell you to buy a certain crypto coin and they get a bunch of people to buy it and then they sell to dump it. Um, this is all allegedly. This is what I heard from different people who said that they will not trade with Tradeify for that reason. Um, I've also heard people say that he does not trade live as much anymore because he was losing, and there are probably people that were copying him that are part of his prop firm or whatever. But besides that, I haven't heard anything bad. So yeah. Why are you the scammer? You don't charge us for any. Exactly. I don't understand what I've scammed with. I don't know. Maybe because, like I said, I think it's probably he's saying that because I still promote Apex. But again, call me a scammer if I'm still promoting FTT. Okay. I will still maintain that Apex has wronged people. I'm not going to say that they have not, mainly with this probation thing. I would also like to see them when they deny people for improper wait, what was it, improper risk management that this guy told me? It might have been contract inconsistency. I want, when you deny people, I now want for there to be a note section where you can literally say, like, you were using this number of contracts and you doubled it. Like, put that quickly in the note section, and when you send out the denial, because I know that there are templates you can do this with, okay? You should be able to code the comment section into the denial letter, to where right under it, put that particular code, and whatever you put in the comment section is automatically going to paste into the email. That way people know for sure. Because when I have people reaching out to me asking me like, oh, have you ever seen, a denial for this? And I'm like, well, tell me what your contract sizes were. I can't really help these people. And I tell them, like, I don't work for Apex, so I don't know how much I can help you. But if you send me your stats, maybe I can tell you what could have possibly been the issue. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know. So that's the one thing that really irritates me. Really irritates. Um All right, I think I might have a trade again. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. If it actually reverses. It did not. It did not. That is a pretty big pullback, actually. now that's invalidated. I thought we were gonna, where we created this outside bar right there, I thought we were gonna reverse down right there off my major half trend, but we didn't. We didn't at all. That's what I was looking for. I'm gonna sell 2,502 micros, longer hold. Where's your TP? Polly, I'm so sick of so-called men on the internet trolling black women creators, especially if they're succeeding. Exactly. Like, I don't, it just annoys me. Like, if you're a man, go troll a man. It's that simple. Leave me alone. And I think, like, what bothers me most with people like him is I literally don't bother anyone. I literally just created the content for the Apex 3.0 stuff, right? Before then, there was no content that anyone got from me except my live videos. But besides when at first I used to do the daily updates, I am literally in my own little corner of the YouTube universe, not bothering a soul. Leave me alone. Please. The changes they made most are for the straight to Fund It. Right now they have a 40% off the direct. Really, I will have to do my research. Yeah, do your research. Like I said, I haven't heard any complaints whatsoever. I can tell you one thing that people love about Tradeify is they have like their dashboard in the back office, like updates in real time. So they really, really like that. I think it's Tradeify, or is it Profit Trader? I always get those confused. I think it's Tradeify though. Free, just use my link, subscribe to. Oh, they're talking about something else. I'm pretty sure it's Tradeify. Let's see. It looks like they removed DCA some weeks back. I'm just going to Kage's post. Yeah, 40% off straight to funded. Yeah, I literally don't see anyone complain about Tradeify, and I'm pretty sure that they pay really fast as well. That's one thing that people have been talking about is how fast they pay out. Like, so from the time they are approved to the time the money hits Rise, I feel like they use Rise if I'm not mistaken, but they say that the money is there fast. So that's good as well. All right, it's still kind of just waiting on a setup, really. $391. This one's a little iffy, kinda. It's probably gonna win though. Let's see. I don't really like how close it is to all my other levels, but yeah, usually with yeah, no, that's not a valid trade. Only because my minor half trend is there, and I don't really take this kind of divergence off the minor half trend. I take it like above it. So if it would have closed above it, I would have taken it, but it closing where it closed. No, thank you. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to remove that. All right, we got about 15 minutes left. $56. How is that? Is 56? And I still cannot figure out. Now this one was invalid anyway, because this bar touched my change level, where there's change from a uptrend to a downtrend, but I still cannot find the volume pattern that's consistent for this particular counter trend divergence, and this was my favorite. It was my favorite. I literally can only trade the lower low to lower lows instead of the higher low to lower lows. And we haven't really had a lot of setups like this at all. So it might be where this weekend when I get time, I might just have to go through all 4 of the weeks where I have data, I might just have to go through and specifically only look for that setup to see if I can come up with a pattern. However, my other divergent sets up so often, it probably really doesn't matter, to be honest with you. They do have payout windows. Yes, they do. Need to get your channel as famous as Tanya Trades. I was with her when she only had, oh wow, honestly. Nice, nice. Yeah, she, honestly, for a long time, I really had no desire to ever create a big YouTube because I've gotten to 18K on my last channel, and I didn't even do as much as the girls who started when I did, who got eventually they got to 100K subscribers, but they used to post videos every day. I wasn't doing it. You see me once a week and sometimes just once a month. But I have a goal to grow my channel now. I didn't want to while I was still like in my development and testing phase. But my main goal is to do it to expose other women to trading, um, and just show people in my own community like that it's possible. You know, representation is super important. I remember Applejack's very first comment on my channel was, "Oh my," it was something like, "Oh my God, another black woman trader," or something like that. And she's been here ever since. Um, I do think that, and I talk about this sometimes, I think that Tanya Trades, the reason why she was able to grow so quickly is because she was an ICT trader. Y'all know it's a lot of people in that cult, including Applejacks. And she was personally endorsed by ICT, who has a lot of followers, right? And there are a couple of other women who I've seen in the future space. Like there's what is her name? Maybe Bull Barbie or something like that. I've seen her. There's another chick who I think Peaches Investor maybe is her name. I don't really watch a lot of them. Of course, you have Tori Trades, but she doesn't stream live or anything. But there aren't very many women who live stream. I could tell you that much because there's another girl, Courtney Kalawinski, I think is how you pronounce her last name. She trades with Apex. She trades futures, but she doesn't live stream. She records her sessions and will, you know, if she takes a trade, she'll post it. But there aren't very many live streamers. So I would like to grow my channel for that very reason. There's room for content like yours, especially. Exactly. Yep, exactly. Exactly. That's all you have to put in the title. Exactly. That is very true. That was all I needed to see. Applejacks, you were crazy. I swear, I promise you, when you came in and made that comment, later on, like once I got off the stream, I told my mom, I was like, this was the reason why I wanted to start. I said, look at this first comment by one of my new viewers. And I told her, I was like, that was the reason why I wanted to do this, because the few other black content creators in the trading space that are on YouTube, the majority of them trade Forex. So there's not very many that trade futures. And the ones who do, most of them are black men. Um, I'm trying to think of any other black female creators that I know. That there's one girl who trades with Apex. She kind of went viral on her video for being, I think, denied an Apex payment or something. Her name is Mimi. I don't remember the first part of her name. But even she doesn't live stream or anything. So yeah, there's definitely room, and there's room to grow. And I feel more comfortable growing now. Like, can you imagine, like, the losing that I was doing literally was bothering other people and it wasn't bothering me. Like, I was cool with losing in front of like 5 people who are watching me each day because you guys have common sense. Some of these other people just legitly did not have any common sense at all. And like I've said before, I think people have completely misunderstood why certain people are here on YouTube. That's simple. All right. We are, so because we've extended so far out from yesterday's intraday data, just the way that we've been trading, we're trading at the extended resistance levels. Um, Actually, I think, was this the first? That might be the first. No, two. We're like two extended resistance levels out. All of the levels are like about almost 50 points apart. So I have to be really careful. When I start to see extended resistance or support levels, I'm very careful with the way that I trade. Usually things still work out, but I just have to pay attention to when, like, if my entry bar touches one of those levels, I can't trade it. And it's just because of how extended we are out. Now, if I took a buy at one of the regular resistance levels, it does not matter, but it doesn't seem to work out well at the extended ones, um, at least for now. Now, it could also be that at the time I had different rules, and now with the rules that I have now, it works. I don't know. We just had low impact news. I can now start trading again. So just waiting for another one. Methodical's channel brought me here. Oh yeah, he has shouted me out a couple of times. Because I used to go to his channel when I was journaling. Way too complicated for me. I'm more of a zone trader scalper. Yes, and they don't teach like you. Yeah, that is very true. And like I've said before, like there's a lot of content that I already have planned out, whether it's risk management. I've already said that I'm gonna go back and find one of my old journals from 2 to 5 years ago when I was profitable in my personal account, intraday swing trading. I don't have like I'm not a gatekeeper. I don't have a problem with putting that information out there. I was profitable. Why not? Like, hey, this is what I used to do. It was nothing more than primarily like support and resistance levels and breaks of trend lines. Um, but what I basically used to do was I used to use indicators to do it. Because like I've said before, a lot of times with certain strategies, whether it's ICT, whatever, there's a lot of subjectivity only because what you might see as a higher low, I'm like, yo, it didn't pull back enough bars. Or what you might see as a support or resistance level doesn't look like one to me. So I know a lot of people prefer to trade with naked charts. I've always liked indicators only for the sole purpose of, if I taught this, I can tell you go put these indicators on your chart and you would have the same results. Also, because I am an overthinker and I'm an overanalyzer, it helped me as well. So it doesn't matter where I would draw the trend line. Did my indicator draw the trend line? Yes or no? So, yeah, there's a lot of content that I have coming. Trust me, trust me. So you are the content inspiration queen. Not depends. Holding my sale to 550. Ooh. So you wait. Now you said you a zone trader scalper. That ain't no scalp. Or do you scalp and intraday? Black girl stock, Cox digital. There's one lady on Instagram that I follow who does stocks. I have the stock course from Wall Street Trapper. I still haven't gone through it, but I got it. I got it. When I start to reinvest in stocks and stuff again, I need to go through, it's the basic course that he gave out super cheap for like a birthday sale or something. But I think that like using his background of like how he researches companies as well as your skill of day trading, oh man, that combination is lethal. I mean, think about it. You have so many people who invest in stocks, you know, just on a, hey, this stock looks great. I'm just going to always put my money there. And over time, I should, you know, even if I'm having a losing year, it should come back. Especially if you like, let's say you just always invest in the S&P because historically it always goes up usually about 8 to 10% per year. But if you trade individual stocks and you can do the really good research of finding out what the best companies are, and you can use your skill of trading to look at, you know, whether it's a yearly chart or a daily chart, whatever, to know when to enter at the best time. Ooh, baby. Yeah. Yes. Mainly scalp. I know the feeling, blowing many evals and still grinding. Yeah, so I'm on eval number 25, but I bought my first Apex account in May of 2022. Okay. I was not trading actively that entire 2 years and some change. That's why I didn't come to YouTube until December of last year. But yeah, when I bought my first account, I think you had to have like 30 trading days to request a payout. There was, yeah. So to see it go from like 30 to 8 is crazy. Um, but yeah, in 2 years and some change, I've only had 25 accounts, and that's only because, and I tell this story all the time, the best discount at the time was 50%. So, and I had like maybe one or two accounts. And then, like, when I get my first payout, I'm going to show you guys, there's an Excel sheet that I need to catch up on where I have like calculated all the money that I've spent on evals and the one PA that I have. If I'm not mistaken, I'm probably at like maybe 5,500 over 2 years, and well, almost 2.5 years now. But yeah, the best discount was 50%. So then when a 60% came out, I said, oh shit, whatever evals I had, baby, those things were canceled real quick. Okay, let's replace it with 60. And then the 70 came out, I did the same thing. And then when the 80 came out, I did the same thing. And then most recently, I had three evals that I canceled because they were all rhythmic, and I decided I wanted to add in Top Step, and obviously can't trade two rhythmics at the same time. So I had to cancel those so that I could replace them with Tradeovate. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm just at 25. I've only had one PA. I gained it in March on accident, trying to fail it. Started trading it in September, and here we are. Here we are. Oh, I almost got caught in that. I can't take that trade. You see how we have a trend change right here? Anytime I have the minor trend change, these two bars can't rotate over the change level, which is the yellow bar or yellow line that I draw. And the reason why is because if it's a strong trend change like this, we shouldn't get stuck on the reversal bar right here. So yeah, that's something that I noticed recently, so I can't take that trade. If that wasn't there, I would have taken it. But anyway, so yeah, and the only reason why I had so many evals in the process of developing my strategy was because obviously in the beginning I was failing accounts too fast, right? So I was very strategic. I had it to where I have 4 evals, and each of them renewed a week apart from each other. So that way, every single week on a Monday, I would always have a fresh new account. And so sometimes I would only have that one account, and then, hey, it lasted that week, and now I'm copy trading, and I'm trading 2 accounts and 3 accounts, and I would always, right before the renewal, I would always make sure that I failed it so that I could start all over. And, there were times where I'm like, man, I should just go back to the way I trade, but I don't want to do that, right? And I was okay with spending that little bit of money that was like my tuition to me. And over time, I'm like, oh, shoot, my accounts have lasted. Hi, sissy. Oh, God. No, 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 no. No. Wait, guys. Wait. Y'all wanted to see my sister? Here she is.
I knew it was hoping to end it, so
They probably can hear you.
Hi, guys. I love reversals. This is a weird chart. You guys are right.
That's because it's not This is my little sister.
Hi, Amelia. Hi.
It's my little baby sister.
Hi, Applejacks.
Bro, get out my face, bro. You're distracting me.
I did speak up on her.
Ew, that's get out.
Oh, yeah, I heard it.
She's very touchy-feely, and it bothers me.
What else we looking at?
How long you staying here? Because I'm finna be off in 5 minutes.
I know.
Are you still gonna be here?
I'm waiting for you to close. We closing together tonight.
Tonight? Mm-hmm. It's morning.
Don't worry, it's nighttime.
Can you go get the stool out of mom's room? You sitting on your knees a little.
You need to focus.
Y'all think we look alike? Oh no, you saying twin because she acts like you.
Twin,
It's the
where you
special guest
been?
for me.
Nobody told me like you do.
Didn't I tell y'all she's a fool?
You were made for me.
Girl, go find some business.
All my business.
Ooh la la, this is a Renko chart. That's why it looks so weird. This is my favorite way to trade. Gives you straight price action. I've blown over 10 evals and learned from them. As long as you learn it. This is my thing. If you know that you're still not where you want to be, copy trading 20 evals at a time to pass makes no sense. You're just wasting money because as soon as you get into PA, you're just going to be losing. What's the point? And that was my thing. That's why I always purposely failed them when they were close to renewal, because what's the point of passing them on news, passing it on this, passing it at the open if my strategy's not ready yet? All I'm doing is wasting money on PAs because I'm probably not going to get to a payout anyway. And that's why I always had 4 evals max, because I wasn't planning on passing them anyway. The one that I passed on accident, I literally was taking trades that were invalid at the time. The way that I traded at the time, they were invalid trades. It just so happened to work. And that was not my fault. I did max contracts and ended up winning. She is hilarious. She's not.
So funny.
Bro. Get out. Why are you being weird?
Why you?
Can you turn on the fan or open the door?
Oh, now
It
you
got hot because you came in here.
Cause this energy.
Open the door.
When I tell you it feel like Georgia up in here, you act like it don't feel like Georgia in here.
It didn't until you came in here. You brought heat.
The spiciness.
Anyway, y'all, I still have not had it set up yet. Just FYI. I'm not sitting out because she's here being weird. Up 600. Ooh, nice. Nice. Number of contracts you use? Just one. I use one. I scalp 18 ticks at a time, so I'm risking 93.98 to make 86.02. So because I'm still in the process of making sure my strategy is right, I just risk one contract per trade. But I was just saying earlier when the stream first started that based on my numbers and based on my plans, what I'm probably going to do with the 50K accounts once I get them to a certain point is I'm just going to trade 2 contracts. I kind of came up with a plan of risking 10% of my available drawdown or my total profit on the account at one time. And that's because based on my strategy results, I should never ever have to worry about failing an account. The only way I would is if I'm making mistakes that lead to losses, or I have a loss here and there, and I accidentally take an invalid trade, or maybe I'm sitting out of too many setups. So like, let's say the strategy lost twice today, and I had 6 trades total, and I sat out of, I don't know, 3. I would be negative for the day. So I'm gonna risk 10%, and we'll just kind of go from there. And basically what I'll do is my contract size will be based on every $1,000 that I have in available drawdown or profit. So $1,000 will be one contract, 2 contracts will be $2,000, and so on and so forth. Yes, please hit the like button. Thank you. Later, Janelle. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great rest of your day. This shit done got serious. Why, Trenches? Trenches from Chicago. He sometimes he'd be like on phone now. Usually stop trading for the day when I lose 3 or 4. Yeah, I don't so I don't currently have like a stopping point. Well, obviously on evals I don't really care. On this PA, I'm gonna do, it's a 25K account, so I'm gonna do a daily loss of $200. excuse me, and I'll probably do $500 or something on the 50Ks and just kind of leave it at that. All right, guys, so that is the session.
Farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now. Until we meet again, I say so long. Farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now. Until we meet again.
You didn't even sing the second part of the song.
Good. I'm not trying to get trademarked.
It's called copyright.
That too.
Anyway, so I'm only a little bit negative this week, at least with the Apex account, the eval, because I started this week with $1,040 in profit on the account. So I'm only literally like 38 bucks away from where I started. So I'm cool with being down that much. This is my first screen day of the week, actually. And then on the PA, I started at I think it was 24,872. So I only lost $12 this week on that. My Top Step account is probably down $200 if I'm not mistaken. And the only reason there is a difference between these two accounts is just because that second trade didn't get copied there. So yeah, not a bad day at all. No losses. I did sit out of 2 counter trend divergence trades off the new highs, but that wasn't my fault. Okay. I didn't have data to support that it still works on Fridays because historically speaking, I did not take trades off of the new highs and lows on Fridays because of how trendy the days typically are. But can she come back every day? No, actually. She has a stopping point of 5 minutes into Applejack's chill out on me. She could sing the background music. No, ma'am. Look at her.
Want me back? My voice. It turn you on.
All right, y'all. That's the accounts for the week. Not a bad week. Get away. I thank you guys for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. And yeah.
Aries area will be back.
No, ma'am.
We took a break for about 2
Anyway,
years.
I hope you guys enjoyed the stream and enjoyed the video. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early Monday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend. Be safe. I'll see you guys Monday. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Girl, go home.